Hi guys, welcome to the mix. It's time for another weekly roundup, and yes, it does seem like it wasn't that long ago I spoke to you, and indeed this is the first time I think I've managed a week-to-week one for quite a while. This is not born of having loads of time on my hands. This is born of having loads and loads of stuff to tell you about, and I really don't want them to be as long as the last one was. They are too much. I'm not going to dispute that, and I always try and make them shorter. But yeah, knowing me at this point, concise is not really my my bag. So yeah, I'm going to try. I just basically through this month, through November, right? We've now hit November. It's Halloween on the last one. We have got an awful lot coming in. It's kind of that last sprint to the finish for, I guess, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that sort of stuff, but then Christmas, obviously. So, world is totally upside down, and I'm sure Christmas will be on us before we know it, and I guess we just have to hope it's something like Christmas we know and love. But, yeah, we're now in lockdown Britain again, so lockdown 2.0, lockdown the sequel. Doesn't feel quite like the last one, in that, I suppose, the novelty of this, the shock of this has worn off somewhat. We know the drill, we know what's going on, we know the mask thing, we know where we can't go, where we can go, etc, etc. So it chafes a little bit, and there's a lot going on bridge around the country, but broadly speaking, we've been here before, and it sucks, but at least in theory in the UK we've got an end to it. So beginning of December we get our gyms back and all that stuff. Anyway, this is where we find ourselves. We've got loads of stuff coming in for November. We always have this every year. November is our busiest month, lockdown or otherwise. Lockdown is probably going to make it even busier, but we're going to try and maintain whatever normalcy we can. And yeah, get in as much stuff for you, as much new stuff for you. And it's really a tale of Christmas stuff at this point. It's getting very festive. So if you see our Instagram this past week, quite a few posts have gone up, all getting very, very festive. We've got more festive bits coming, so those seasonal flavours. Yeah, pumpkin here and there, but we're a little bit past the pumpkin thing now. We're looking at, obviously, the Battle Bites Winter Wonderland. It was an Irish cream one, bit unusual, but we've got a lot more mint stuff coming in. We've got a lot of gingerbread stuff coming in. We've got, yeah, cinnamony spiced things and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to take you through a bunch of them here. You'll see on the Instagram, but it's getting very much that way. So we're not about to do the Christmas lick of paint for the site yet. I mean, we're going to hold on for December for that, but I think everyone's trying to get in the Christmas stuff early because it's something to look forward to, I suppose, and it's, yeah, you never really know how it's going to fall this year, so I think certainly all the shops are starting to get a bit Christmassy just to try and get it in there in case anything else goes wrong. Anyway, that's my big usual intro. So trying to make this a bit quicker, and it will be quicker because I haven't got quite as much stuff, certainly fewer snacks to tell you about, but yeah, there's some news at the end. I mean, just to do the whip through what you can look forward to seeing in this particular video. I am shooting this on a Saturday. It's not quite as bad as the Friday evenings when I've done a couple of these, but again, pretty fried, so same old. We've got right here, very cute, the Nano A supps, Speculoos protein pancakes. So yes, the Xmas holiday edition, and these are the snacks I'm going to take you through first in a minute. But these have flown out since we got the middle of the week. We actually didn't know there were. I mean, we knew there was one more flavour coming, but it was really like, oh, here tomorrow, boom. So we had to jump on this one. But yeah, phenomenal. So yeah, see this one in a minute. We've got GHOST BCAAs. I've mentioned these a couple of times. I think I said they were coming in the last one. A little while for them to get in, but these are the BCAA V2 that have now come from GHOST in 3 flavours, and we've just put them on the Instagram as well, so check that one out. But I'll take you through those as well quickly. We've got some flavouring systems, so we do a lot of syrups and sauces and drops and things. Flavouring systems in terms of powders, yeah, we haven't done so much of, but these are nice and different and a bit of a spin-off from the ESN bars that we've got another one of those coming up as well. But yeah, so I'm going to take you through those quickly. We've got more flavours, a load more flavours from M over at MyMuscleMug. So pretty awesome, and obviously you can see the seasonal one front and centre there. That's Mince Pie returning. And then we've got some seasonal Whey. We've got Efectiv's Gingerbread I'll talk about. We've got a usual seasonal one we get from PES in their Select range. And they changed the name a little bit, but it does seem to keep coming back. It's a popular one. It's Peppermint Bark this year, but it has been called White Chocolate Mint in the past. But yeah, same deal. And then we've got, weirdly, sugar-free, calorie-free syrups from Beanies. Now, Beanies do flavoured coffees, of which there's like 25 million flavours. We have those in the mix. We have had them for years. They've now moved into syrups, and I think they're looking at other functional foodie bits as well, but sort of guilt-free stuff. And yeah, it's kind of cool. But I will mention those in the past. They, again, have hit Instagram, so if you want more detail, it's all there. So, no more ado, except for, where are we at, 5 minutes? I ditched that. What are we doing? Pancakes! Yes, okay. Not exactly pancake season, but when they are Speculoos pancakes, that's biscuit butter-esque, when they are filled with caramel, when they are winter spice and the rest, yes, very appropriate for this time of year. And yeah, we've actually, you'll see on site if you're a big fan of these ones, that the stock is really bad at the moment. Usually it's good, but we've had this weird drought, so the UK importers just can't get the stuff in. So I think we've got caramel, we might have some peach left, smattering here and there the others, but basically not a lot of stock, not enough stock, but it will be coming soon. But we have tons and tons of this. So yeah, it looks amazing. Bring it in, make sure I'm recording, the usual panic check. Yep. But that is so cute. Very, very impressed with that. We were blown away by how well they've done that. It's a whole kind of knitted Christmas sweater sort of vibe. And yeah, I mean, even if they'd done their usual style with the Speculoos written on it, aka Speculoos something, then we'd have been impressed. But the fact that they've done this, very cool. And to show you as well, just decimate my thing, it's got a cute box. So yeah, really looks fantastic. It's a limited edition, it's a Christmassy one, quite obviously, that's why they've gone to town on the packaging. But yeah, props for that. I mean, it shows how powerful packaging is. I mean, just the look of this makes people want to get involved, makes people want to buy it. So I think it partially has done well on the back of that. Probably makes a great gift as well, but they are lovely, lovely things. So yeah, I'm sure I've covered a whole load of these flavours. We've got like 6 or 7 flavours now in the mix before. There are, the most recent one was the double creamy chocolate, or chocolate creamy, or creamy double chocolate, or something like that, which was kind of chocolate pastry with a chocolate filling inside. It was a mashup of probably the cookies and cream pastry and the chocolate filling. This one is, yeah, so I prefer this one. I love cinnamon, I love spice, I love that whole world of stuff, and it does seem to be very, very generously filled. So yeah, you'll see that right about now. So these have been very popular with the team. They've been obviously, as I say, popular going out. Genuinely so, usual deal. So it's almost a shame to ruin the packaging. Oh, smells phenomenal. These ones, it's a darker bake on these. They are sort of fresh baked, so they all vary around a little bit. See the packaging there. It's usually got their character logo in the middle there, kind of seared into the middle. It's just visible. And then inside, what am I going to do? Panic. Okay, let's do my usual kind of first-person perspective snacking sort of thing. Yeah, you can see it's all bulgy. That's because it's full of caramel in this case. Sometimes jam, sometimes chocolate, but yeah, caramel. I'm not sure if the winter spice flavouring comes in. There you go. Whoa, look at that. Okay. Let's say quite generously filled. Splurts out everywhere. Yes. Okay, you know the deal with these things, but the flavours, what it comes down to, and I've just decimated that. Really nice, really light, really fluffy. Yes, it's more Scotch pancake than it is crepe or something like that, but very authentically baked. You'd never know this was a protein thing. The inside, yes, it's sweet. Some people say it's too sweet and everything, but you really need the intensity of the sweetness and the gooiness and the kind of viscosity and the splurting out to counterbalance the pastry, which otherwise could be quite dry. But yeah, it's very soft and it's very authentic anyway. And yeah, I'm just talking through it. It tastes delicious. Speculoos, speculatius, or whatever they called it there. Speculoos, yeah, with caramel filling. Yeah, you can think biscuit butter, you can think lotus. It's not quite as probably burned as that tends to taste, but that's, I guess, because of the sweetness of the caramel reining it back in. But it's brown sugary. It is cinnamony. They've actually got cardamom and things, I think, in there. It's quite a world of spice going on. But yeah, it's quite sophisticated, quite nice, but it's very sweet, very over the top, very, very enjoyable, very seasonal, and very unexpected. So it's yeah, this is a must try. This does go right up there. I love the jam ones for these. They're pretty good. And the classic chocolate and the classic caramel, always done quite well. But I'm sure this won't stick around. Bit of a shame, but this is my favourite by far. I love cinnamon, and when they told me originally, oh, it's a cinnamon flavour, fine, I was excited enough. But when it turned up to be Speculoos, so it's like the little biscuits and things, even better. So this deserves to do incredibly well, and everyone needs to try it this Christmas. This is my firmest must try for this Christmas. I'm going to put that away now because it's altogether too tempting to eat. But this is one of those products that we get in the mix and we're like, oh yeah, that's good enough, we'll get it up there and everything. So we do check these things, but it's one of those ones that, again, myself and the team have found ourselves already going back to and actually buying rather than just justifying samples left, right and centre. So yeah, I think you'll really enjoy that, and obviously they look glorious too. So that is an easy win from Nano, and we will have the rest of their flavours in soon. We do, of course, have their pick and mix bundle. So the flipping great Nano pancake bundle, whatever it is, that's on site. You pick and mix a box of 12. Yes, there's not a world of flavours to choose from right now, but they will be back soon enough. Maybe a week, maybe 2, but we should have loads. But anyway, just buy boxes of these because you'll love them. So that's all good. Okay, snacks kind of done. I will move on to semi-snacks, or rather snacks I can't show you just to get them done as a more fun one. My Muscle Mug. We've done Emily's My Muscle Mugs for ever. They've been in the mix since 2014, 2015. I mean, long time. And yeah, I certainly never give them quite enough attention, but there's a wide variety of these things now. We've got oat mixes from her as well, not just the Muscle Mug cake mixes. And we've got vegan-friendly ones too. They're even tubs if you want better value for like 10 servings in a tub. We've even got official Muscle Mug's mugs. So My Muscle Mug mugs on site. So loads of cool stuff there. But yeah, there's tons and tons of flavours. She keeps coming out with them. And what have we got now? Well, we've got a seasonal one. So I think I've stuck one here so you can check it out. Very shiny. This is the same as last year, and perhaps even the year before that, I think she did. It is mince pie and cream. So yeah, very authentic mince pie, sort of Christmas pudding-y sort of vibe, mincemeat sort of vibe. So if you look at the ingredients, it's got all the usual mixed fruit in there, raisins, candied peels, currants, etc. It's white chocolate chips as well, so that gets in the mince pie and cream sort of vibe. Very nice. And it always does okay every year. It's very niche, very Christmassy and everything, so it wouldn't be an all year-round one, but it's like a special edition. It's a small premium on it, but yeah, very nice novelty Christmassy type mug, and obviously the lovely gold packaging and everything. That's in there. In terms of regular running ones, we have got a bevy of those as well. So we've got Mocha, that's the one I'm actually holding in my hands here. Not quite so much to see in terms of the packaging, but this one is a sort of coffee chocolate mashup, as you'd imagine. It falls heavier on the coffee. So if you think more like a espresso with a chocolate vibe, that's how I take it. I get the coffee as the biggest hit, and then the chocolate is there in the background. So it is a mashup of kind of the coffee one and the chocolate muscle mug she does, but it's quite an intense coffee, I think you'll find. So yeah, very nice, that's in there. We've got, this is one of Millie's favourites, in fact. Very bake-off appropriate. It's very kind of sophisticated, dessert-wise, very classic. Apricot frangipan. So again, usual one, it pretty sweet mixes up, but it's full of fruit and the rest. And what have we got? Flaked almonds. So that's the cool thing there. It gives you kind of a Bakewelly, or I'm going to come to Bakewell in a second, but sort of marzipan vibe, which is quite nice as well. Again, very sophisticated, very proteiny muscle mug. All of these pack like 25 grams of protein in. They're quite low sugar. I mean, it varies from flavour to flavour depending on how mad it is, because there's obviously birthday cake and things with chocolate chips in there. They get up there a little bit. But again, these are pretty much guilt-free cakes. Certainly less calories than actually getting a cake. And tons of protein. What else do we get? Sorry. We have got apple crumble and we've got cherry pie. So cherry pie is the sort of cherry Bakewell sort of vibe. And yes, it's got actual cherries in there and stuff as well. So again, trying to tick off all the boxes there. Very authentic. Lots of inclusions. I think my favourite probably of the bunch, apple crumble. So there is a apple crumble and custard, I think it is. Oat mix, that's been in the range for a while. They're these sort of brown packets and they're, yeah, full of oats. So a slightly different experience to make kind of oatmeal. This is, yeah, for a cake mix, apple crumble coming in. Again, very seasonal, very hearty, very warming. And I'm pleased to report Em has lent pretty heavily on the cinnamon. So you get all of that, and then it's apple pieces in there too, generous apple pieces. So this is a real winner for me. So this is probably my pick of the new bunch. But yeah, they're all in the mix right now. We've got the MyMuscleMug mug cake mix, where I think you pick 4. And yeah, as I say, there's a vast array on there, and the vegan choices. I've just organised the menus on site a little bit better, the drop down that tell you about the range, to try and clarify a little bit. But yeah, there really is something for everything. She's done just about every flavour now. So there's blueberry cheesecake, there's chocolate salted caramel, there's vegan choc truffle, there's peanut butter choc chip, there is birthday cake red velvet, cinnamon swirl, there's a pumpkin spice as well, another seasonal one. Tons and tons of them, something for everyone. But the idea is you basically tip this into a mug or a bowl, you add like 100 mils or so of milk if you want, almond milk, water, and then, yeah, you just mix it and then you zap it in the microwave. So some of the microwave timings vary depending on what's in the flavours, but yeah, a couple of minutes in the microwave. I think that's a couple of minutes. Yeah, 1 minute, 20 seconds. What you find is you might do a minute, 20 seconds, and then depending on how much rise and how dry you want it, you can do it for like 15, 20 seconds at a time, maybe stirring it at first, and then as it grows, you can add things then, so inclusions come into it yourself. She is getting more creative in terms of what goes into them, but if you get even like the choc brownie, which is like a straight up chocolate, you can add chocolate chips, you can add syrups and stuff like the stuff at the end from Beanies there. Loads and loads of options. And yeah, lots of good fun. As I say, we've done them for years. They're very good guilt-free desserts. Okay, that's the other foodie things done. So let's move on to supplements briefly. Ghost, as I say, I always do Ghost. You'll know if you watch these. How late are we? 15 minutes. I do Ghost pretty much every video, but then they launch so much new stuff and there's always a restock or something new coming. So it's always quite exciting. Part of the reason we like doing Ghost. Right now, I guess you could say it's not one of the most exciting launches. We're waiting for that because we've still got the marshmallow cereal milk Whey that we're hoping to have this week. It's actually looking like next week, but that's coming in. That's with real marshmallow pieces in there as well. So like Lucky Charm pieces, very generous, very cool, very like the choc chip cookie in terms of the creativity of the inclusions there. So that'll be cool. I'll touch on that in the next video. If you guys haven't tried that one already, they've just restocked the UK and we're waiting for our stock. For now, yeah, the BCAA, what have I got here? As always, very cute. So, jazzed up labels. The BCAA was one of the very first SKUs they did, very first products they did under the Ghost Lifestyle banner. And it was a straight up 2:1 ratio BCAA. So very good for recovery. It's, I suppose you could say BCAAs have slightly fallen out of favour in favour of more kind of, I guess, more general amino products. So Ghost have an amino that kind of does that, but EAAs as well. There's always the debate about what's best, what's most useful, what do you actually need, BCAAs or EAAs. And it kind of depends where you're at in your training and what you're after. I mean, BCAA products like this one, especially now, because it's now a couple of quid cheaper, it's like £25 now, are slightly better value. And if you're just looking for something that basically, I guess you could almost say like a sort of placebo effect, if you something to actually drink through your workout to help encourage you to keep hydrated, to just give you that little edge in terms of recovery, then BCAAs are a great product for that. They are better value. I mean, there some would dispute their use at all, but I mean, if you think they anecdotally help you with recovery, make you feel a bit better. See, this is why I have it, right? Because I don't really look into the science that much, but it's fair to say my diet isn't particularly good, and in terms of protein, yeah, sometimes I don't hit my protein and the rest of it. So it's not like I'm like specifically trying to cut or anything, but it's just there's so much going on. I rarely sort of plan meals. I rarely get to the gym when I want to. I rarely take the supplements I want to. It's just shake here and there and stuff. So always a bit of a mess, but it kind of one thing I've got used to over the last few years is having BCAAs, or aminos to be fair, having that like intra-workout. They always traditionally were. So whether or not it changes the game, whether or not it really does that much for me, don't know, don't care. I just enjoy the taste of them, and it sort of feels like I'm, sorry, very embarrassing. It feels like I'm doing something. So that's kind of where I'm coming at it from, and I think that's why I'm a big fan of the BCAA product, because it's not quite as loaded as the amino. The Ghost amino product sitting here is BCAAs, EAAs, and there's kind of coconut water powder and things like that, stuff for absorption, although that's got the estrogen as well, the absorption stuff. But there's more going on in the Ghost amino product, consequently it's more expensive and it would be overkill for some. So the BCAA was always a nicer way into it, and it had some different flavouring systems, and because I think there wasn't quite so much going on in there, it wasn't such a fight to flavour it. So Ghost do a fantastic job anyway. It doesn't matter what the product is, they make sure it tastes good, but the more kind of pharmaceutical ingredients going in, the more you have to compete with in terms of delivering an authentic and really enjoyable flavour. So the BCAA, simply less going on in there, easy to have some fun with flavours in there. But because it's a very affordable SKU now at $24.99, that's a 30-serving tub, it's a great way for people to get into the Ghost range, I think. And that's kind of why I'm enjoying having them back in. So again, huge long spiel, but broadly speaking, BCAA's launched for Ghost. They have somewhat been trumped in sales, certainly here in the UK, for the amino product, so much so that we haven't actually had any stock over in the UK of the BCAA, the original BCAA product, for quite some time. Fast forward to now, we have BCAA back, it's getting some love again, and it's kind of jazzed up across the board. So we've got more flavours, we've got the kiwi strawberry returning, that's a sort of classic, but we've now got blueberry acai brought over from, where's that sitting? That is this one here, yoink, brought over from the Glow product. And we've got, as I'm holding here, this is my favourite one, Lemon Crush. This is the one I was quickest to open. I know the blueberry acai flavour from the Glow. It's very, very nice, so I wasn't so excited about trying that for a first one. I kind of know what we're working with there. The Lemon Crush, a big fan of. We did used to have a lemon lime, that's gone. So I was curious what they'd done as a kind of respin. They'd actually renamed it, so something different had happened. But I've heard Ghost mention this as a sort of lemon start with an orangey finish, and it's very true. It's a lovely amalgamation of the two. It's just bitter enough, it's just zesty enough to be interesting, but it's also smooth. It has that kind of orange dreamsicle thing in the background as well. So lovely flavour combination, very, very easy to drink. And this again is something I would drink not just in the gym, but at my desk. You know, you have it any time through the day. It just tastes pretty good. You can think of it as squash that's also doing you some good. So they did that, and they've got the extra flavours. There's 3 flavours now, all in good supply, and it's a little bit cheaper, as I said. So I think $27.99 dropped to $24.99, so brilliant. And it's got more BCAAs, so that's the key kind of pharmaceutically type bit. It's got an extra gram of BCAAs going on here, and again, it's that 2-on-1 ratio. Also cool with the BCAAs, it's now vegan friendly, so Ghosts are increasingly doing this on the product as well, but it's just to add a little bit more for plant-based folks as well, and it covers all the bases. So yeah, that's a nice touch too, and it's got obviously the estrogen there for absorption, and that's about it. So yeah, it's straight up. Simple product, but a great way into the Ghost range. You still get all the awesome flavours, you get the whole awesome lifestyle experience, you get the very, very sexy labels, and yeah, I think everyone will get a kick out of these. I mean, it is true, there is more going on in the amino product, but these are, again, a little bit different flavours to try. So yeah, check them out, they're in the mix now, and as I say, yes, we've got the marshmallow cereal milk coming up ahead. I see they've just announced for the coming Thursday, November 12th, maybe, that the Max Tuning Collab V3 is going to get launched in the UK. This is always something, well, globally, this is always something we try and get our hands on, but again, with the collabs and the way it works, it's not really something easy for us to retail, but we'll keep trying. Hopefully we'll get some for nothing else, promo or a giveaway or something. We can obviously do it with the pink lemonade sour strips we've got from Max himself. Good combo there, and we'll have some good fun with it. So that is launching. And then you've seen previous videos, I've mentioned a load of other stuff they're working on as well. There's obviously new versions of Legend, Pump, etc, etc, so that's coming in the new year. And there you go. So that's Ghost for today, and so we got a restock across all the other things as well. We got some more of the Whiskey Sour, the Rob Lipset collab flavour as well. Do I have any of those visible here? It's down there. What else? We've got all the vegans in, we've got all the Wheys in at the moment, except coffee, which we're waiting to come back. We should have that this week. And finally, the guava berry greens, much demand there. We were told we could get some back in this week, and I'm still, fingers crossed, it's going to arrive with the marshmallow cereal milk. But yeah, that's where we're at with them. Okay, let's put that on there. Okay, where are we at? Maybe I can do this in half an hour, maybe. Okay, Flavin Tasty, boom. Pretty simple, there's like 80 plus servings in here. What is Flavin Tasty? Well, ESN is the brand, so these guys over in Germany, they do the amazing filled, kind of core filled ESN bars, so the designer bars and the designer crunchy bars. There's actually something very exciting coming from those, hopefully back end of the week ahead. They've just done a seasonal flavour, they've done no, Speculoos, they've done a Speculoos again. Very excited, never had a Speculoos protein bar from a sort of big manufacturer, so this is going to be a very exciting one to see. It's got Speculoos biscuit on the outside, it's got the caramel filling, should be awesome. We've been talking to them for ages about it, they've been getting ready. The boxes again look lovely and Christmassy, extremely limited edition, but we've wrestled a ton of these in, so we should have these over from Germany hopefully by the end of the week ahead. Maybe in the next video I can get them in. Anyway, we're talking about the Flavin Tasty things now. These are basically, because they do supplements and stuff as well, they manufacture all their stuff, these are the flavour systems they put in there. So it's sweetener and it's flavouring, and in the case of a couple of these, inclusions as well, which you can use for anything. So you could get a plain, naked, natural Whey, and you could add this stuff in to make it exciting and delicious and desserty and things. Or, as we thought would be more cool, and this is what Willie's been trying at the moment, in putting in porridge and putting in yogurt and stuff. So yeah, you can bake with it and everything as well. It's very, very intensely sweet and very, very boldly flavoured. And we've got a few flavours now. We've got a few more coming. So we have got here cinnamon cereal. Yes, there's real cereal crunchy pieces in there. It has that real pepperiness of kind of curiously cinnamon grahams cereal. Very cool, very authentic. We have got here fruit cereal, so that's your Fruit Loops. Yeah, and it's got that same citrusy note to it as well, just as you know and love in Fruit Loops. And we've got another one back here, New York cheesecake. Again, you can hear that there are chips in this. This one, for example, has got in it, what am I looking at? Biscuit pieces. Yeah, so very, very nice. Again, they've been popular on the site, more popular than I thought they would be from the get-go, actually. We haven't even posted about these yet, but I think we've got coconut coming. That's got real desiccated coconut in. We have got... oh, I think there's a strawberries and cream flavour coming. There's a whole bunch of them. So, I mean, basically, if you guys like them and the sales keep going, we'll keep getting more of them in, because we've always avoided powdered flavouring products in the past. But when we saw the inclusions and the rest, and we know how good ESN's bars are, for example, we thought we'd give them a go. So they have been going down quite well. You get a little scoop inside, but it's really to taste. So you could use the scoop, you could use a little, you could use a lot, you could put in coffee, you could do all sorts with it. But it's very, very fiery, very, very sweet. Obviously, I can't translate the smell across in these things, but we were really taken aback with doing it. I've tried just eating it. It is probably too sweet even for my taste buds doing it. It's not having pure sweetener. But mixed into things, absolutely gorgeous, and you get those crunchy cereal pieces in there as well. Okay, so those are in the mix. You can do loads of stuff with that. So bake away with it, you make it at home, etc. Or you can indeed put it in protein. This one is, without using flavouring and everything, obviously good to go. Efectiv's Gingerbread Whey. Now, is this an open tub? I have an open... No, it's not. So this has got a bit of history to it, this one. Obviously, you might think, Efectiv, what the hell are you doing with that? We've never really done anything with Efectiv here in the mix before. And it's not bad stuff. It's always been very good value, so I've always been impressed with the supplements I've had. It's just not really hit that kind of pick and mix worthy level. There's not been enough excitement around it, creativity. The team haven't gone crazy enough for it to get it in. Like, nothing against it. It's just not something we've seen we could really add anything to. And anyway, to be honest, I didn't really know they were still doing that much. I think the company maybe have changed hands, but they got in touch saying, oh, you've had the Gingerbread limited edition from us in the past, and indeed we have. I think for a couple of years we've had it. It was launched as a charity one at first, and I think they just brought it back a year after that and everything. But either way, it's one of those weird standout ones. There's not a lot of gingerbread proteins on the market, and because we've taken it once or twice and it's always done well, and I'm always a fan personally, we thought, well, sod it, we'll get it in again. So we have this in the mix. We've got the post going up probably this weekend, maybe by the time you see this, just to introduce it. It's a limited time one. It's probably, we're going to have it now and then it'll be gone in, I don't know, a couple of months' time. But I've got quite a few tubs because it always appeals to me. I tend to get through a couple of tubs whilst we have it. And yeah, there's no inclusions or anything, but it's sweet. It's kind of... hearty, warming, you know, it's all the usual seasonal stuff I go on about, a little bit of fun as well. So it's got gingerbread house on it, it's got a little gingerbread man, and it's a good value product too. So it's a sort of whey blend, but again, macro's pretty good on it. Per serving, 115 calories, 4.3 carb, 3 grams of sugar, so it's up there a teensy bit, more than Select or something. 21 grams of protein, 1.5 fat, so all pretty good, but it's like £25 a tub. So for, what did I say, 30 servings? Probably. 30 servings, there you go. So it's not too bad. So all Efectiv stuff's very good value, and it's just this flavour stands out. So yeah, I can't say too much more about it as a powder, but it's a nice one. If you fancy a gingerbread one, this is probably the pick of the gingerbread ones we have in the mix. We have an Isolate Yummy Sports gingerbread flavour in the mini bags. That one doesn't taste quite as close to the gingerbread I know and love as this one does. So yeah, if you just want something simple to mix into your oats and things, this is the one. If you want the better macros and the rest that goes with the Isolate, that goes with the Yummy Sports, then that's for you. This is probably slightly less sweet than the Yummy Sports one as well. The Yummy Sports ones are always particularly sweet, which some folks love, some folks don't. But yeah, it's in the mix now, and yeah, I feel bad if I didn't at least talk about it, because I like taking it every time it comes up. And Efectiv, thank you for giving me a shout to come and get this one in again. Next one, protein powder. This is more of one of our usual bedfellows. So PES Select, I mentioned in the last video we had a monster restock. We've had 2 restocks of it. I think we've got even more coming. So we finally have £2 tubs. That's this size here. So that's like 27 servings. This is the most popular tub size. We have more of the bags, the little 5-serving bags. We have the big tubs, like the 55-serving tubs, the £4 tubs. Those back in. We've got some protein for oats back in. We've got all prolific back in. High volume, most of the flavours there. Alpha means in. nearly everything actually. So it was looking a little bit bleak there through October, but we're stocked up. We're well stocked up, so we're going to be able to do some cool stuff for Black Friday in a few weeks' time. We've got some shakers, we've got some samples, and yeah, we've got this new flavour. So this one may not last that long because it's a one-hit kind of deal, and we've already sold I think half the stock we got in because a lot of people know this flavour. They've bought it every year, so we had to do it in. We actually bring this one in ourselves, so it's not like we make any money on it, but it's just a nice one to have in. And yeah, with no more ado, it's the amazing peppermint bark. So all the good usual stuff about Select, the phenomenal macros on it, the servings are good quality, etc, etc. So everything you love about this, wonderful texture, it's great to bake with, it's great in oatmeal and stuff as well. It's a they are quite sweet proteins, but because it's white chocolate again, yeah, it's pretty sweet, but it's again that sort of polo mint kind of candy sweetness going through it too. It's they do a chocolate mint, and that's obviously in many ways it's a heavier flavour. I prefer the white chocolate one, but again, it's perhaps too sweet for a year-round one, which is why they only do it seasonally, but it's always really popular. Every season they bring it back. Anyway, so yeah, that's in the mix now as well. And if you had it before, you know how good it is. Grab it while we have it. As I said, we really don't have that many of them. If you're looking to try something a little bit different and gingerbread doesn't quite float your boat, maybe try this guy. And it's a good way into the Select protein range as well, because the cake pop and everything, they say a lot of similarities in terms of the creamy, vanilla-y custardiness of it. Whew. So yeah, there you go. In terms of Select, I think there's a chocolate mint. They're going mad on mint at the moment. Chocolate mint vegan one in the vegan Select range. The plant-based protein. We will probably have a few tubs of that in a couple of weeks' time. I will grab some. It's not going to be as popular as this, but it's worth getting. So that's in there now. Final one. And then we're on restocks and updates. Beanies. So Beanies Flavour Co. The most standout thing is the texture. They're really, really thick, like really thick. So a lot of people love them thick and a lot of people hate them thick. It's a difficult one. So we've tried to be clear about this. If you're looking for really thick, viscous, as kind of, as authentically syrup textured as possible, these are a great choice. Same as Frankie's Syrups. They again are on the thicker side. So it's just basically gums that go in there. But if you can live with that and you like it thicker and you want it when it's going to sit on pancakes or sit on your oats or sit on whatever you're making without kind of running in and being too watery, these are the ones. The Skinny Food Co. ones, the textures jump around depending on the flavour, but more people say, I find these too runny than I find these too thick. So if you want thick, then these are the ones. If you want thin, then we've obviously got the Skinny Food Co. syrups across all the different flavours, and indeed Skinny Food Co. barista coffee syrup. So I mean, if you want it like watery to put into a coffee or to a drink, those are a better choice. Same as the Jordan Skinny syrups. These ones, mega, mega thick. The maple fudge, that's the all-rounder, that's kind of the caramel sort of option. So that'll add some warming sweetness to pretty much everything. And yeah, it's very, very flexible. That's, yeah, the all-rounder. Choc and Nut is, yeah, classic chocolate. It's basically chocolate first and foremost with a kind of nutty finish. And then a good standout one actually is a fruity one. We don't tend to go for the fruity ones, but the strawberries and cream here is very like Hartley's jelly. So it's very, yeah, it's a childhood kind of flavour. It takes you right back there. It's been very well done, and yeah, perhaps Christmas isn't the season for a strawberries and cream. Maybe more of a Wimbledon-y summer sort of eat and mess type one. But yeah, it's another one to tick the box. So you've got fruity toppings, you've got the chocolate toppings, and then the maple fudge just gives you that caramel sort of rounded one. So yeah, all very nice. We're very impressed. Quite cute bottles, I say, quite sturdy. I think they're planning to do more flavours. They're looking for feedback on them as well. So very cool they're moving into the market. So we'll keep an eye on it and getting what we can. But they have been popular out of the gate. Reviews have been popular out of the pretty good out of the gate as well. So yeah, check them out. Okay. Woo! That is about all the new stuff I've got for you, and I've squeezed that into just over 30 minutes, so like half the length of the last one. And I did actually see a comment on the last one, so I do mean to reply, sorry if I don't. One of them saying something about, I don't mind it being long because of the hot guy, which is very, very flattering to say. I think that's far too kind, but they are too long, and I'm not sure how hot I am. But it's nice that feedback comes in. But someone perhaps more accurately said, this is all, it's all well and good, it's all very interesting, but man, he's exhausting. And yeah, absolutely, I get that. I mean, you can ask any of the guys who work for me, and indeed, I will relate myself that I am pretty exhausting. So yeah, because I'm trying to get too much of these things. But again, it's part of the mission. I want to keep doing the videos. The channel is gradually getting more subscribers and stuff, and I think it is the way forward. There are loads of other different mediums and platforms I can do them on, but the one consistent thing is they need to be a lot snappier, probably a little bit scripted. This is totally ad-lib, so this is why I repeat myself and I wave around and stumble all over it. It's I really should sit down and actually plan these things rather than just kind of talking when something's put in front of me. And yeah, maybe some sick edits and kind of fun stuff. So I kind of do the bare minimum, and it's you guys deserve better, frankly. So it is on the to-do list. So I will probably leap forward into the future, because good news is, and again, if you've been following all these, we've struggled this year, lockdown year, COVID year, from being too busy rather than not being busy enough, which is fantastic. It's a pleasure to be pressured and all that, but it's just we work out of a retail premises here, and once we've shut the shop, partially because it's a headache to deal with the COVID secure stuff, and we don't want to add to the problem anywhere, but it's because online we're so busy and we've had to hold stock to deal with the online and obviously get a couple more people in, and we have very limited space and stuff. So it's we've just we don't really have the shop open per se. And it's created a lot of problems around doing that, which is fine. We've eked through for now, but I think with another year technically on the lease in here, we do need to do something else about making it more livable and actually provide a better service, more products, more stock, and everything that goes with being, I guess, more organised and just having more space. So it's fantastic that the company has reached this point. So it's very surreal, and it's great that this year has not kind of broken us in a bad way, but things had to change. So obviously, we were looking at premises. So we've been looking at warehouses and things, and it was all kind of pie in the sky, and we've got to find the time to do it, the money to do it, and all the rest of it. But amazingly, I think back end of this week, almost yesterday, in fact, so Friday, I think a deal has been agreed on a very ambitious warehouse. So it's going to be quite the adventure. But yeah, big landmark one for Pick and Mix. We're almost too busy and worrying about new stuff to really kind of focus on it. But by the end of the year, hopefully that'll all be signed, sealed and delivered, and we'll have a set of keys. So I'll keep you abreast on here, but that should allow us to do loads and loads of stuff, bring in more products, hold more stock, get more staff, ship more products daily. Fulfill later in the day, hopefully do more videos and stuff, hopefully do more marketing stuff, but we can get more people in, we get more, like everything that comes with being a little bit more organized, not being on top of each other, and it should also mean ultimately that we can open the shop again. So when all the online craziness has been moved out, we can probably open the store here in Tunbridge Wells for 2021. So we have to see what the world's doing, but it means we can open the doors again and actually take some pride in it rather than it being a kind of bomb site in here. Anyway, so yeah, I'll follow up with more details. I'll show you some of the warehouse, and then I think what would be quite cool is, because we've got no idea how to run a warehouse, how to set any of this up, it might be some good content to put on YouTube or something like this. So obviously suitably edited and not incredibly dreary and boring and us building shelving. So I'll try and beat my usual kind of MO in doing these and actually make it concise and put a soundtrack on it or whatever it was. I'll try and do what I see everyone on Instagram doing a stellar job of doing. But yeah, might be an interesting little journey, and then we'll have a new HQ and a new home and stuff, and we will be proud of it, I hope. So something that we would want to stick on here. So there's that. In terms of other things then, new products. I mentioned ESM bar, that's coming. We've got a vegan seasonal flavour coming from what can I say about this? From Misfits. I won't say exactly what it is, but the Misfits Health, they're plant-based bars, very, very popular for us, loads of different flavours now. They have a seasonal flavour coming from possibly even Sunday. So when this goes up, it might be up. Otherwise, I think it's launching on Monday, but yeah, we'll be in on that. We have got, so those Ghost Bits coming in. We've had a restock from NutraBio. So what have we got here? I've got the pistachio waving around, just in their classic way. We're still waiting on Alpha EAA and EAA Pure to come back in. The Alpha EAA is the nootropic infused EAA product, so BCAAs and EAAs and absorption and all the stuff, similar to the Ghost product, but there's a lot more nootropics in it. That one is coming back in. That'll be next week, probably back end of next week. But we have got the Classic Whey and the Isolate back in. Classic Whey bringing back pistachio. It's been oddly popular, an unusual flavour, but very nice, very creamy, very enjoyable. We have got Pancakes and maple syrup back in the isolate. So again, a little bit seasonal, but yeah, again, a good fun, sweet flavour for this time of year. That is back in as well, sold out quickly. I think we've had blueberry muffin, which we sold out of in the isolate. That's back as well. And then we've got, in the classic way, strawberries and cream. I think the banana cream pie's back in as well. So yeah, they're all there. What else have we got coming? Oh, this is one of those ones when I get to the end of the video, my mind just goes completely blank. We have got hopefully some more Monster Ultras coming, so the Rosa and the Fiesta. We should have some of those back in before too long. We've got, I don't think I mentioned these, we've got Kodiak Cakes, muffins, and weirdly, they're actually sitting here. Yeah, muffin mix, there you go, choc chip. Protein packed muffin mixes from Kodiak Cakes. We've got a few different flavours of those. We've got a cornbread mix, which in terms of what that is, your guess is as good as mine. I think you make it in a skillet and things, but we got that from them as well, very traditionally American. We have got Christmas bundles will be going live very, very soon. We wanted them up this week. Didn't sadly happen, but it will be coming. Black Friday, yeah, we're planning for it now. We'll start releasing details as we get closer to the event, but we'll do the usual thing, loads of gift bundles, and we'll try and have some good feature launches as well. Oh, we have got yeah, that's about it. Stop it. This is dragging on enough. You don't me going and ah for the next 20 minutes. So yeah, loads and loads of stuff coming. I promise you. It's just, yeah, it's all the blur in my head at the moment. But yeah, Millie is damn near suicidal because she's doing most of the listings and the promo on these things. So yeah, we have a ton coming up, and then obviously Black Friday. So good luck with lockdown, everyone. I know we're just a few days in if you're watching this here in the UK, and obviously there's some kinds of lockdown pretty much everywhere at the moment. So yeah, good luck with it. Hopefully we will get something of a Christmas up ahead. I guess that's just what we have to cling to. But ultimately, 2021 is where it's at. But we've been here before. We can handle this. And yeah, there's plenty of fun to be had, even around various restrictions and then the sort of public health things we need to take into account. But I know we're all waiting for the gyms to come back. There's only so much lugging around boxes I can get for a workout. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will probably see you in just a week's time when I have even more stuff to cover, but hopefully not enough to make it a full hour-long broadcast. So, yeah, bye for now, have a good one, stay well, and thanks for stopping by.